Knowing how to control and effectively utilize your breath will make a huge impact on how you're perceived online. If you'd like to know more about improving your voice for public speaking and cut through the crowd, I do weekly videos on voice tips and performance techniques. So consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. I'd love to hear your views on how you would like to improve your voice for better communication. Hi, I'm Jimmy Cannon, singer and voice coach, nurturing confidence through the power of the voice to deliver your message with presence and authority. So are you being heard in meetings? Is your voice cutting through? Do your colleagues and clients understand what you're saying? Or maybe you just don't have the confidence in the sound of your voice. I'd like to give you more power in your voice. I'd like to show you how to take a larger breath in, how to control the rate of that breath, how to turn that breath into sound, and how to use that sound to communicate more effectively. Coming up. So I want you to do this with me now. This is one very, very simple exercise, but there are 5 stages to it. So the first stage is that I want you to breathe in through your nose. And this is very important because it connects really well with the diaphragm and the abdominal muscles in your belly. So here we go. We're going to take a nice slow breath in through the nose. Are you ready? And take a breath. Here we go. Good. And as you're doing that, just hold it for a second and let it out. And as you're taking a breath in, I want you to think about your belly just dropping and relaxing. What's happening is that the diaphragm, which is just above your abdominal area and linked to your rib cage, at the bottom of your rib cage, is lowering, contracting, and allowing your lungs to expand, okay? So we're going to try that again. We're going to do it just very, very slowly with me, but we're thinking about the belly just releasing and dropping and letting the diaphragm drop in and the air and the pressure in the lungs change and the air to come in. So very, very slowly here. Let all the air out. We're going to take a breath in again. Here we go, through the nose. Keep your shoulders down. Good, just hold it for a few seconds. This is great because it releases endorphins, and then just let it go with a sigh. Now that's nice, just 3 or 4 times, just to feel a bit more centered and just to relax slightly. That's nice. So one more time, through the nose. Very simple, but also very effective, and a bit of a challenge to get all the parts right, to make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, you're not breathing from here, your throat is nice and relaxed, everything is balanced, and the air is just nice and slowly coming in through the nose into the lungs. Here we go, through the nose. Nice and slowly. This actually, sorry to interrupt again, but this actually, a lot of my clients find this quite tricky. They're not used to taking a long breath in. We're always used to this shallow breathing, and that's the biggest mistake you can have. Most of my clients come to me with that shallow breath, and that's the biggest culprit in terms of not being able to project, not finding resonance, not finding that power in the voice that you all have. So again, breathe through the nose. Put your hands on your belly, incidentally, like I'm doing now, if you can see that. So, through the nose. Good. Hold it for a few seconds. And this time I want you to let it out with a shh. And push all the air out. And you should feel in the lower back that the transversal abdominis muscles around the back here are tightening and they're just engaging there, which is a good sign. So as you push all the air out at the end, shh, and then release and breathe in. Try breathing in through the nose. It's a really, really nice way to take that breath in, that nice sort of expanse of air. The next thing is I want you to change that sound from an unvoiced fricative into a voice sound. So again, we're going to do the whole thing again, but this time from a shh to a zh. So just feel that sound between between the unvoiced and the sh and the voice sound. So it's basically what's happening is that the vocal folds in your larynx are coming together and they're resonating. So that's how we speak. That's how we make sound. So without sound, it's just breath. But the air and the sound is linked. You've got to have the breath right before you get the sound right. So let's do that again. We'll take a nice slow breath in through the nose. Hold it for a few seconds. And we're going to let it out with a J, a Z. Ready? And hold it as long as I can hold it for quite a long time. There's a Guinness Book of Records, I think, I can't remember, nearly 2 minutes is a sound, but I can't do that. I think probably about a minute is me, just under a minute. But it's not a competition. So let's try that again. We're going to form a sound. So I'm really quickly just going through the whole process, really, of taking a breath, using and controlling the rate of breath with the pressure here. We're creating what's called a fricative or a suppressed sound underneath the vocal folds and stopping it with coming out from the mouth with a sh. Okay, so let's do it again. Take a nice slow breath. This is lovely exercise to do just to calm down and relax after a long day. Here we go. Hold it for a few seconds and let it out with a zzz. All the way out, and then again, nice and slowly. Hold it for a few seconds, and now we're going to change that. We're going to open the sound out into an R. Ready? All the way down, if you like, to your vocal fry at the end. Okay, let's do that again. We're going to think about a sentence now that we're going to say. It could be anything. You could just practice maybe the days of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or count up from 1 to 10. So obviously count 1 to 10 in any language. Not, I can't do any language, but any language for you would be fine. It's just really about maybe a presentation, an excerpt of a presentation or pitch. Something that you can remember, something short, a couple of sentences that you can think of. So as you're doing the exercise, I want you to think about that sentence, okay? Here we go. Okay, let's take a slow breath in through the nose. Here we go. Hands on your belly, you're relaxing the belly. Letting it out. Shoulders down. Hold it for a few seconds. Now I want you to let the air go on a zzz, but think of a sentence. Good. Do the same thing again. This time we'll take a shorter breath in, a quicker breath in, if you like. So here we go. Through the nose again. Now, were you thinking of a sentence? My sentence was my intro, so I'm just going to use that. My name is Jimmy Cannon, blah, 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 and we're going to do that together. So it doesn't, whatever the sentence is. In fact, I'm going to count 1 to 10. Here we go. Let's all count 1 to 10 in any language. Here we go. Are you ready? Take a breath in through the nose, a little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is called intoning, by the way. So we're basically singing on one pitch. And this just joins up the sound, the vowel sounds, and widens the tone. And that's a really, really good way to connect the breath to the sound and the sound to the breath, and control the rate and how much breath you need for a phrase. So for instance, instead of short breaths, you can take a much longer breath and use that breath. So practicing the inhale and the exhale and controlling that breath as it comes out is going to give you more control over the phrase that you're saying. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, etc. Now, the idea is that you can just keep going for a long time. Obviously, you're not just going to take one breath and use that long breath. You need a variety of different breaths for different phrases to create variety and rhythm to your speech. But this is a really, really good way just to practice that control over the out breath. Now, things to remember. On the out breath, make sure that you're engaging the abdominal muscles. So that pressure here, shh, you should feel your diaphragm, if you can see it here, that should be going in and out as you're as you're exhaling that long elongated sound, that breath. So make sure that you're engaging that abdominal muscles to push the air out and control the amount of air coming out. Number 2 is keep your throat nice and open and relaxed so it's not too tight. And also just be conscious of the airflow as you're speaking. So practice, and the great way to practice is possibly counting 1 to 10 or days of the week, or an excerpt that you do often. So for me, it's hi, Jimmy Cannon here, singer and voice coach, nurturing confidence through the power of the voice to deliver your message with presence and authority. Now that was 2 breaths, one long, one slightly shorter. So start thinking also about the length of each phrase and how much breath you need for those phrases. So just to recap, concentrate on the inhale. Really think about the inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs and expanding your rib cage. And then controlling the amount of breath that comes out with a shh, finding that pressure between your lips here and your diaphragm. And really, really controlling that sound. Now changing that sound then into a voice sound, which is the shh, thinking about a sentence or a phrase that you might say often, and thinking about it as you're elongating that sound and letting that sound really go, controlling the rate of that sound, and then speaking on one pitch. Hi, my name is Jimmy Cannon and I'm a singer and a voice coach. Hi, my name is Jimmy Cannon, singer and voice coach. And then you're just controlling that sound. It's enabling you to open up the throat here, opening up other areas of resonance that you can tap into to create more projection and more quality of tone. I hope that helps. I'm Jimmy Cannon, voice coach. Please consider subscribing. Speak soon.